guys, welcome back to Clockwork Noodles for another breakdown of Spy X Family episode 7. Sliding into the second half of this anime. Once we get to episode 12, we're going to go on a break. When it does return, I plan to do the second core on the channel, but I'm not sure when that is yet, but I'm very excited to continue with the Spy X Family content because I love Spy X Family. Last week, Spy X Family was the most viewed video on the channel. You finally overtook Requiem. And that's been a hard thing to pull off. They have basically been smashing the view count for every single release. Please make it happen again because I want even more reason to keep talking about Spy X Family. We are aiming to hit 1k of subscribers on the channel by the end of the year. Can you guys make it happen? If we hit 1k of subscribers, we're going to be able to do live streams. We're going to start hitting up things like Twitch, becoming a bit more interactive. We could run question and answer night, a themed night. So one night we'll talk about isekai or horror. I just want to start doing some more unique things with you guys, but we need a few more noodles in the bowl to make it happen. Big reminder that next week's review is going to be delayed till Tuesday because I am at MCM Comic Con, and if you are there on Saturday, go and check out the Crown Championships. I am competing with my Moragesh cosplay. It's been a 3-year epic with that cosplay. I would appreciate any support if you are around. So without further ado, let's get going to episode number 7. Fate of this mission now falling upon Anya's shoulder to rebuild the bridge. Can you become friends again with Damien? Lloyd playing a bit more of a side piece on this mission. Theory I've had for a while. If you've been following my breakdowns, my theory is Anya is the main character, and this really does prove it as well. Anya is the only one who can really go to school. She's the only one who can get close to the sun. She can get close to Desmond. There would be other ways, and even as Lloyd states a bit later down the line, it could happen, but this is the way they've chosen. This is the slow-paced method that they have chosen to go for peace. Actually a centerpiece for peace. If you assassinate that person, you're going to start a war. So that's the one thing they don't want. Killing the guy is out of the question. I'm on the Anya is main character theory. Lloyd plays that supportive side piece. Becky is back. Oh hell, my namesake. But she has just literally dragged our hope for world peace away. At least Anya tried. I will give it to Anya. She literally tries at every single moment. But fair enough, Becky is stubborn. She doesn't want to see Anya groveling. She also believes that Damien isn't worth the apology. For a quiet life at school, I would probably also apologise just to clear the air. And then stay away from him. Apologise and move on. Go away somewhere else. I love the fact that Lloyd considers Becky is a spy from this country trying to get in her way. I don't think she is, but it would be a fun twist if Becky did turn out to be a spy. This is what I really felt for Anya. Anya being able to hear absolutely everything. School is bad enough already with the verbal, the bullying, all the kids being kids, and kids can be very, very nasty at times. I was definitely subject to bullying. Thankfully, I couldn't hear what was going on inside their heads. Anya can hear absolutely everything, and this is horrible, especially to a child who doesn't really know how to deal with anything, and everybody hates her. Everybody is fearing her. Everybody thinks she's violent. Everyone thinks she's a delinquent. Damien is utterly pissed. Can't take his mind off her. And the big reveal at the end as well for him. I didn't see it coming, but I also did see it coming. I had a theory that he was a little bit obsessed because he was like, if you're nice to me, I'll let you hang out with me. He reminded me a bit of Draco Malfoy. I can help you see the bright sort of people from the wrong. Anya's reputation right now is very, very bad. Day 1, not going well. The tutor now also thinks she's just a delinquent because she fell asleep. But she is still a kid. Anya lied about her age. I'm pretty sure she's actually 6 as opposed to 8. So this is a 6-year-old trying her best to do math. Mega kudos to Anya. But our light, our holy, pure light, Becky is back to comfort and raise up the Queen Anya. I love the fact that she gives her a hug and she's there to be like, oh, I don't care what other people think. I am going to be your friend and I know that you're good. It's that one friend who makes everything bearable, and she's not bothered by being seen hanging out with that hashtag troublemaker. She knows that Anya's a good person and she wants to be there for her. Because can you imagine how much more lonely it would be if Becky wasn't hanging around with Anya right now and Anya was sat at the front of the class all on her own? Lloyd sneaking around the security-lacking rich school in his myriad of disguises. Okay, his disguises are good, but when he's sat on the roof, there's no dogs prowling the area, there's no security guys prowling the area, and sure, he could have maybe bought them off, but I feel like that would get to Desmond. That would probably actually get high to Desmond, so he's got to be careful not to trigger any suspicion from the higher-ups. Lloyd is, my god, guys, you know Lloyd is my husbando for the season. I love the fact Anya mistakes it for the words of God, and she sees the words of God on the floor, and then suddenly everywhere she looks, the words of God, and those poor trees having the word sorry written in them. I am really jealous of that cafe because any school I've ever been to hasn't really had the greatest cafe, and I think most people can relate to that. So jealous. I also want Lloyd as my waiter in those glasses. For reasons, guys, for reasons. The cafe losing its new employee just after one shift and then he reappears again. It's absolutely hilarious. Anya again, my heart just going out to Anya so much this episode. Anya listening in to all of that name calling, all of those insults, her having those short, tiny little legs. It's personal. She gets to hear all of those personal comments coming her direct. She's still there in tears, trying her best to apologise. So brave. I really feel for her. She didn't want to. She's doing it for her mission. She's not doing it because she wants to. She's doing it because she has to, because she wants to make her dad proud, because she doesn't want to give up on world peace. She's there in tears, bawling, and our girl again crying. But the Anya fan club, guys, we need to maybe scooch over a little bit, guys. There is now a new member amongst us in the Anya fan club, and that person is Damien. Damien has had his first crush, and I love how confused he was and he's clutching his chest and it's a big scribble because he has no idea what it is, and then suddenly it's like this crush and he's moved by her utter tears. To be fair, I think most people could be moved by that sincerity of her actual apology, because even Lloyd is, when he first sees it, he's all smiling and happy because it's a really heartfelt apology. I didn't think he'd be in love with her. It's just a moment of silence for poor Becky, who never got to eat her lunch. But Damien's dramatic exit definitely has to win an award this season. Most dramatic exit goes to Damien. Can I start awarding fun awards at the end in my anime wrap-up? Can I start doing fun awards like Best Husbando or Best Dramatic Moment or Best Girl, Worst Girl? I don't know. I really want to start doing more, but I have a feeling that video's long enough as it is. That dramatic exit was absolutely hilarious. And then Lloyd dropping the plate. We have the silence, then the plate just drops. Perfect comedy timing. I love that comic timing. Absolutely fantastic. Just the face. Lloyd's mortified face. Lloyd doesn't know what's going on in Damien's head. I don't think anybody does. Even his friends don't understand why he's running away. Lloyd's anxiety probably very sky high. Probably also depression coming in here. Crushing depression, as he probably thinks, that's it, I can't do the easy route. It's all down to academics, and academics are difficult. There must be other ways of getting those stars, like doing extracurricular activities and things. I would imagine that could probably be a better route, just by trying to raise your status. It really does feel like one of those games where you've got to raise your status high enough to influence people. Anya may be very lucky and have a math tutor at home. I couldn't really ask my parents about maths when I was a kid. After the day's event, after everything that's happened, I can really imagine that maths is the last thing anybody really wants to look at that moment in time. She's worried about what's just happened. She's worried about messing up her mission. Anya is bearing everything. She's literally taking it all on. The pressure on her is absolutely immense, and she's 6. She's literally hearing everything. She can hear everybody's thoughts, and Lloyd suddenly giving up on plan B and thinking about plan A. He seems very upset, annoyed that he has to lose plan B, and now he's back to having only one option, and world peace is attained if you suddenly become smart. That is a huge amount of pressure to put on anybody. Anya right now is probably feeling not good enough. She can't measure up to her role models, and she really wants to achieve world peace. She took that mission to heart. She took it personally. She knew that was on her. At the moment, she's having a low moment. She can't achieve it. She's sad. She's having to hold up a little bit. I love her. I think it's a really nice little moment, but it does also lead into a nice little discussion of the idea of family. We get to talk about Yuri, and I've even written in my notes, I am so excited and eagerly awaiting this appearance. Never did I even realise that Yuri was going to make an appearance right at the end. Through comments and things, people getting very excited for Yuri to appear. So I can't wait to see what the fuss is about. I am very excited to meet him. He seems like at least a nice little brother who was really excited on learning and teaching his sister, and really excited that he knew his times tables as well. So he seems like a really nice brother. Also, seeing the tale of the siblings, and it's a tale of love. Everybody seems very happy learning, and it seems quite nice. But where did the assassin life begin? Does Yuri even know? So I've got a lot of questions revolving around that. Hopefully next week, maybe we'll get answers to those questions. This nice little talk reminds Lloyd that he actually needs to start praising Anya more and actually try a different approach, try and be a bit more supportive, playing that perfect father. So he can't play the main role, and we've already said that at the start, that Anya is the main character. She has to be right now. But every main character needs a strong supporting cast, like Becky, Yor, and Lloyd. Everybody needs that supportive role. Support is key. It really helps you, because him playing that supportive role is also key to his mission to get world peace. So he needs to start playing the perfect father. What is the perfect father? Which must be difficult, because I think Lloyd was an orphan, so he doesn't actually know what the perfect father is. That's why he's probably struggling a little bit. Lloyd moving Yor to have a little blushing moment as well. It's very rare that we get cute moments between these two. I don't think these two are alone very often anyways. It's always been centered around the family because they're already technically together as a married couple, so we don't really get it. But it's very nice to see them working as a unit, and that's when Lloyd is reminded that you can take your time. If they wanted Desmond gone, he would be dead by now. They're definitely aware that this is a thing which is going to take time. As he says, nothing good happens in a short amount of time. It all is about building and making it really worth it, because the more you put into it, the more you're probably going to get out of it. So if you rush these things, it's probably going to fall on its head. But Anya really is just such a good little girl, and I love the fact that all for her dad, she's there, even though she's sad and she was crying and she had a little down moment, she was there just trying to study on her own, out of everybody's way, still trying. And it's such a heartwarming moment with Lloyd actually tucking her in bed, just doing what her dad would do, I guess. It's such a weird anime for me as well, because hard as well to relate to this anime in a sense. I do like the moment as well where she goes, "No mama, you can't kill papa." That was hilarious, but I do wonder, is that foreshadowing? Because I keep telling you, I'm really worried that we're gonna build up to confrontation between Fawn Princess and Twilight at some point. I do think it's gonna happen. I just don't want it to happen because I really like these two working together, and I'm terrified of what's gonna happen if they go at it. It could be foreshadowing, or it could just be a little nothing. But at the moment, I don't think it's an anime that's been too heavy with foreshadowing. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's nothing. I'm so used to watching animes that like drop foreshadowing left, right, and centre. This anime is a little bit more subtle. Right on target, yeah. Yuri made his appearance after I wrote that sentence, and I felt so stupid, but I am really excited to see him appear. Also, him being completely shocked by the fact that it was just a man. Oh, no, they're not married. It's like, well, that's spontaneous. They had like a Las Vegas style wedding and now they're married. I really can't wait to actually meet him. Very excited to see what Yuri is like as a character, what it's going to make of our family unit, and how is Anya going to approach school life now that Damien'S ran out on her. Becky is still her best friend though, I love that. How is Damien going to approach her? Is he just going to ignore her? Every time he looks at her, he says he can't talk, or he finds it hard to talk. So he might just go for the "I can't talk to you" approach and just settle down as a bit of background noise for a little bit. Hopefully that's the case. But next week's episode seems focused on Yuri and more home life, so very excited to see where it goes. Another fantastic episode. I really do like this anime. Some really good comic moments that made me laugh, some nice little heartfelt moments that made me feel a little bit, and Anya crying made me almost cry. A great episode, really enjoyed it. Just remember that next week's video is going to come out on Tuesday, so I'm going to try and avoid the internet whilst I'm at con. No one spoil it for me. And somebody dropped a spoiler and I was at con and I was like, sucks, this really sucks. And it was the marriage proposal thing, and I was like, okay, I know that's going to happen now. This is a very important mission, guys. You must stay hush until Tuesday. Have a good weekend, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye, guys.